That's right. It's me, JANNYSHMANNY, here on the Comfort Level Podcast with my co-host, CEO, Boss Biggs. We're broadcasting live from the B&B Entertainment Studio. That's right. That's how we doing it. You know how we do. New things coming up, new developments every day. I hope everybody had a nice holiday. How about you, Biggs?
Yeah, my holiday was real good.
Yeah.
Real good. We got some music that we can play for a little while. You want to do that?
Yeah, we got music, and then we're gonna come back because we got a great guest coming up, Pop the Brown Hornet, better known as the Brown Bomber. And I'm gonna give you a little feedback on him. But first, Mills Young.
Circling your body, don't cha. I dish you in your face like ha. It's good, we can taking bitches, taking naked pictures. The flex is vicious, fucking expeditious. Toss my lips, then we chalk you niggas. The bird that kittens, until they call shitting. I'm fucking sitting, I scared the biscuit. Plan the wedding, so I can draw my necklace. I'm on all these guest lists, I got that over, nigga. Fucking control it, then you sharpen, nigga. The jumping retarded, then you dump at niggas. The lyrics big hearted, just smoke a cut, nigga. The niggas is worried, but I be cutting niggas. Cinematic when I grab it, shoot the niggas till they staggering. Ain't no losing on this platform. I'm proving to be that strong. They losing like they crack on. I'm doing the spin back off, performing like I'm back on. Philly with the jack one, nigga, you just act gun. Shorty shake that fat butt, looking like your back's gone. Magically, accurately, my flow speak catastrophe. Goes who's my man for me? Oh, boy, they laugh at me. I move around in secret, tippy-toe with pieces. Reform my thesis, be bold with Jesus. See rolls of fishes, be cold and nutritious. We roll with the fishes, we know when they kiss it. Must lie, got your guys. Hold tight, hide your guys. Hold tight, you lie. My whole guy, child, hold tight. Next friend, keep a gang, nice thing. My slave, I can't stop praying. I changed my name. God can't supply me. I try to trust your niggas, but just easy. Moving like you're easy. Hands running easy. Dead like a name. You a cheap shit, kid. Who am I? Stumbling for my glory. Grind to the morning. Shine like I'm pouring. Fight by my order. My mind is like water. Hard work supporter. Automatic fire. Saying nothing coming. I'm sick. I'm breaking back. I cut you nigga and clap the cat. I'll scratch your tracks and smack your ass. Shot me down like a pop chop. No rock you back. Got the damn no chop the facts like what it is. About the dead. Like what it is. Now about the dead. Like what it is. Now about the dead. Like what it is. About the dead. Like what it is. Now about that.
Oh, yeah, that was Mills Young, one of my upcoming artists. That's right. Catch him out on all platforms. That was Suburban. So check him out. Mills Young, MILLZYUNG, and also on Instagram as Mill. What is it? Mill 6308 or Mill 6308. You can find in there. So what's up, y'all? How was y'all holiday? My holiday was great. No. That's just my background. That's not Pop the Brown Hornet. But he's coming up in about 30 minutes. 20 minutes. So stay with us. Make sure that you're commenting. Make sure that you hit subscribe. Make sure that you like. And make sure that you check in on our pages. We had a few changes. And now we are now broadcasting on 3 Facebook pages. That will be mine, Janet Torrance, All About You TV, the new YouTube, the Comfort Level Podcast. We're also broadcasting on Twitter and LinkedIn at Twitter is Jersey Tiz LB4R. LinkedIn is Janet Torrance, and also YouTube, Reality Music CEO. And when the boss gets here, he's gonna come up on his Instagram. Okay, Boss Biggs will be here right now. Boss Biggs is getting things together over there on the other side. Yes. So I use Instagram, but not a whole lot because I'm doing other things with different things that I have. You know what I mean? Mechanisms and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm recording on my other phones where I could have done Instagram, but I want to make sure that this goes out to all the other platforms that we are not live on. So that way you can get this anywhere you get your podcasts. Okay? So we got Pop the Brown Hornet coming up. He's a Staten Island 25-year hip-hop veteran. Some people know him as the Brown Bomber. And, we're going to talk with him and find out how he took over Staten Island, coming from Stapleton Projects, the Brown Bomber, he had the struggles just like all the rest of us. You know what I mean?
So he took over Staten Island.
That's what it says, and we're gonna let him come here and tell us how he took over. You know what I mean? He said, that's right. His rise, or we gotta ask him. He said his rise, his climb, and his takeover.
Okay, people just gonna let you take over shit unless you fight for it.
We're gonna find out when the Brown Bomber get up on this mug.
The Brown Bombers.
That's right. We're gonna find out when he get up on it.
All right, well, let's see. I want to hear about the
And you know what? I believe that I did meet Pop. At one of Who Mag's events. I'm sure that I met him because when I seen his name, I was like, Pop. I think that's on it. Let me grab something that I need.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I get the big one. Maybe me and Biggs might share that right now. Right, Biggs? We're gonna share that today.
Definitely going to have to.
So yeah, he's gonna be coming in shortly.
I want to hear about this takeover too.
Yeah, well, New York, how it comes up. I don't want to give away anything until he gets here because those are going to be some of the questions that I'm going to ask him. And if you guys that are viewing also have any questions, make sure you put it up here in the comments, and that way he can answer those questions as well. Some of you guys that are watching may know him, You got another tune for us?
Yeah, I got some Santos.
All right, we're gonna get into some of Santos. I think Biggs done fell in love with this. 777.
My God.
Oh no, this is Soul Food. Santos. Soul Food.
Okay.
Cherry toast,
Right?
bitch, you want me to
Yeah,
smoke?
Soul Food.
I love joints like this. You can just talk song. He's a minute. 2017 was a rough year. Like my face, I think I should have got this. Looking for that big blood, wasn't that there? That just gave me my heart, nigga, fuck fear. I grew up on the west side. Used to tell my dog, make sure I'm ice in my step high. There's still shit from my past, I care less. I ain't a gangster, I'm just a man, can't forget pride. Keep it out, I can't accept lies. I had respect for those niggas that like God. My brother never told he gave me time. That pussy killed my homie, he got less time. I tried to count the one doors. Just know, baby, same man, he put the nail through it. Just proof it's like a second chance. I see my homie model when he says, you know, look when I finish. It was filled with pain, judging even had no sympathy. That's when I knew he was the one. I knew he was the right. So my baby cousin can't believe it. She gave and killed her with her boyfriend. Shot her from the hill, that same day. My styles became. He breaking out to my missus off the hood. So I'm fucking take what? And with that said, I'm back to Anthony Robinson, the hustlers. And the folks is dead, I humble down. Still everybody wonder how. I'm so high, but still ain't left the underground. Hard to be an MC in a game full of fucking clowns. The industry only respect niggas that mumble now. They want me to dumb it down and make them irritating records, but I ain't no one hit wonder. I'm here to be a legend. I'm lyrically respected by every rapper around the nation. You can even ask Jason. But my flow got more than Michael Myers being life is so scary. My birthday should be Halloween. Carry out toast, I show you how to pop this weed. I can help you get rid of the pounds like Lacazette. Johnny was the man that they gave me. Used to stand in front of the store up on the AD. Me and Gritty took trips for that paper. I'm 18. Found a lot of gold that I stayed when I was KJ. Used to skip school, put on weed, but they stay paid. My homie was dead too, now we get a state beat. I made big. Affected with the evils like I'm Jay-Z. My mom cheated on my dad with the devil and made me. I need a Billy and I put that on Billy. I live in LA but still put that on Philly. If I ain't banging hoes, then I'm listening to Nipsey. Or so take two, my nigga, we had to go get it. My nigga Rock Stevie told me that the block need me. Get poured over that haircut for the guy see me. Before SoundCloud, nigga, I had a hot seat in. Before Instagram, pictures couldn't ID me. And my blood good, but shit not reaching. My nephew told me he needed strap cause some niggas is trying to say. Before I let my young boy walk around with a fat guy, kill all his enemies and wear life for my shot. I will pop that thing, but try to stop that thing. I believe it. No medication stop that pain. And every time my enemy drop, you pop champagne, you let it blow. I let it go like the lost campaign, nigga. Shit brown hair, you walk around with it, all you want to be still scared. I'm a grown ass man, I got bills there. If you don't hustle, get around, you can't chill here. Can't believe it, I'm still here. The state still trying to get my niggas in a wheelchair. But fuck the police, we make our own rules. Came from Poppy Store Planners, now we eat soul food. Johnny. Jerry, I toast, what beach you want me to smoke?
Yeah. Teriyaki sauce. What beat is this?
Shout out to my guy Toast.
What beat you want me to smoke? Toast is known for smoking any beat that's ever been put out on the radio if you feel like doing it. That's my guy. That's my son.
You do fuck shit up.
Fuck shit up. He got so many remakes and shit that it's unreal. He's a legend in his own time in Philadelphia and a little worldwide. What's up, Honey Rock? How are you? I'm gonna call you. I'll call you later on tonight, man. Yeah, that's my girl. Everybody's recuperating. Authentic. Let's talk about Authentic.
Yeah, he's back.
Authentic is back, y'all.
He looking good.
He looking good.
And he fucking back. Like, and I love the fact that he's not using his bars in performance. Like, he's using his own shit, his own voice. He's not doing the karaoke shit.
Oh no, he been cut that shit out.
He has a performance.
They cut that shit out as soon as they start learning about stages and things like that.
Right, and his performance was on the beam, like real shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was on the beam.
he really transformed to another level from what I'm seeing. Like real shit.
Yeah, isn't it amazing to watch these artists? You know, when I first met Authentic, you know, he was doing his thing. He was sounding good and everything, but I always can tell when our artist is in the wrong place. And Authentic was in the wrong place where he was, where he was networking and performing his music and stuff, and he needed to branch out, and he did a lot of things. You know what I mean? He invested. He got his fan base up. All that.
Invested.
That's right, and he's still doing it.
Exactly.
He's still doing it. You know, and contrary to what anybody might think, where Authentic is going, it has already been predetermined where Authentic was going from day one when I met him. You know what I mean? I always stand behind him. So,
you can
me and him have a whole different type of relationship.
He's a hard worker, and he makes relations with people that's in the business. Like, it's just not the little network people that he deal with. He deal with bigger network people. Like, when he goes to shows and perform, he goes and find out who's the big person in the room. He goes to find out what kind of information he can get from them, what he can learn from them, and he takes all that and he uses it to his advantage. He just don't go to an event to sit around and look at the people in the event and don't get no contacts, no information, none of that. He's out there working.
We talked about that.
We gotta be out there working. Even myself, like
when I first met Authentic, I started managing him, and then now he's being managed by Simply Monica. So they had the Heat 108th anniversary. Authentic was, Authentic was her first artist. Okay, so she had Authentic, and also, she said she purchased state property, right? She said
she had bought state property.
She's the owner of state property.
She's not the owner of state property. She booked them.
Oh, she booked them. She booked them.
She didn't book some state property. She booked the whole state property because they left Latino out. So
they all
when sometimes when they do these shows and they book the whole group, some of the people ain't in the group, so they don't book them.
So Sparks
what she did was book the whole state property instead.
And that's what's up. Because that's what people want, So she.
Like, don't nobody want to hear a whole.
Monica, she has been investing and doing great things over the years as well. So we're hoping for great success.
But what I'm saying is, when you do stuff like that, nobody wants to see half the group or two people.
Well, Sparks was there.
No, I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm saying when you have an event, say state property came out, right? And like she said, she booked state property.
What you mean? Like when I went to the Dell,
no,
there was only Walter and Scotty there.
Right.
I wanted to see the Whispers.
Right. That was
horrible.
Horrible. That's what I'm talking about. You have to have the whole team there in order for it to be the whole team. And if they're available, then you should make sure that they're available. Now, it's different when somebody's sick. It's different when somebody's no longer alive. Yeah. It's different when somebody's far away and they can't get there. But
and I got another thing to say after you say that.
If you're in the vicinity, just like a lot of artists today, like they make tracks with a lot of people and they know that they won't even perform these tracks with people no more.
Right.
I've done it several hundred times. Like I have a lot of tracks out that I don't even put out anymore because I knew for a fact that once we made that track, we weren't going to perform it anywhere because a lot of people don't have. A lot of people don't have the work ethic that they need to have to do this kind of work that we do. They think it's so easy that they feel as though that it's going to work for itself. I'm going to make the music and it's going to work for itself. It's going to sell in the stores. It's going to promote itself. It's going to market itself. It's going to do everything because it's my shit. And that's how they think.
Right.
But they don't see what goes behind doors and the people that got to go and do all the fucking work for them.
And you know what? And another thing, before I say what I was going to say before, it's a horrible experience because when you make that banger with that person and you want to go to your show and perform it, and that person is never around. And I tell that to Spark Easy. And that is a low blow because y'all got this fire track that nobody ain't hearing you perform.
And not only that, it's hard being in business, like in music with people, like groups are really hard to keep together.
That's what I want to touch
on. They certainly will break up soon if they're not getting what they want. And if some of the group is not doing what they're supposed to do and you're carrying the load, that's hard. Just like with a business, like you have a business, you got a lot of people in your business and everybody's around all the time and nobody's doing anything but you. You're the one who's doing everything constantly all the fucking time. Like stuff like that will get you.
You need a few of them. You only need a few of them. You do.
All you need is somebody.
You only need a few of them.
Somebody that can really support you is going to really be there 100%, making sure that everything is going right. Especially if you are part of that. If you're part of an entity. See, me and you get a studio.
Right.
We got a studio.
Right.
It's me and your job
to make sure everything is.
And not only that, the people that we hire or the people that's around us, It's their job too.
Yeah.
And if you're around and you're not doing your job, then how could you say you're a part of something? Being a part of something means that
present.
Yeah, you're not going to go into any kind of groups and not have your presence there because they will kick you out of those groups. You're surrounded by something and be a part of something and not be parts in something.
But what I want to say is, okay, now you also have these artists that are part of groups and they have solo careers as well.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Please respect the artist. If you know, wait a minute though. Respect the artist. If you go to an artist that sings in a group, don't keep asking the artist. If you went to his show, he's performing as a solo artist. Don't keep asking the artist about the group, because you're supposed to be focusing on his solo act at this present time.
Well, the person is
that's not the proper
asking about
time.
The group, then maybe his interest is only in the group. And back to the artist.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that if you have interest in the group.
Right. So if they have interest in the group, why not holler at everybody instead of the solo artist? If that person is only interested in the solo artist and he consistently talking about the group, why is he talking about the group?
Because he wants to get with the group.
There you go. That's my point. So
you get the information on how to contact the group.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. There's been a lot of times where I've seen an artist that does that be badgered when they're focusing on the solo night. Put it that way. It's just this solo night.
Right.
You know, you can't get, pardon my French, but you can't get your shit off because they're asking you about certain stuff that they like, that they seen you
with the group.
With the group.
Instead of your solo work.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, like, okay, just like them songs that you made with people. You don't want nobody to keep asking you about them because dude ain't coming to perform.
So all you can hear, all you can really hear is music that I'm on that I know at a drop of a dime I can perform. You know what I'm saying? But I'm retired, so I'm not even worried about music. Or I'm not saying I'm not worried about music. I'm not worried about making songs.
So
my
what
music
we're
is
saying
being marketed. My music is being sold. My music is being played.
But in order to get those songs to the stages,
you have to have
you stop networking with the person that you made the song for just to get a hot song and do nothing with it. Because you got 6 bulls on this track.
Not only that, they don't go to the right platforms or the right places.
It's YouTube and Instagram.
YouTube, Instagram is good, but it's how you use it. You have to be able to be educated on, even myself. I had to be educated on what times to post, what to post. You have a lot of artists, a lot of musicians. We have a lot of people that's in our industry, whatever we do. They don't post shit about what they do. If you go look at some of their pages, they got some bullshit on their page. It don't have nothing to do with their music, period. And you can scroll all the way down to the beginning of when they started, and you might see out of a thousand posts, I might, or you might own 10 at the most posts about what they do. So how?
No, because they posted up on some car or some
how is it
saying that they can't go by without me being on the block?
Listen, how is anybody gonna get to know who you are if you're not putting out what you do? If you had a show and you performed and nobody videoed what you did, or you didn't have anybody record it, and you didn't post it or play it, then who saw you? Who knows you perform?
Exactly. Well, we got our guest coming in, and people definitely know he has performed. Welcome to the Comfort Level Podcast, my guy, Pop the Brown Hornet. This is CEO Boss Biggs. And we're
What's up,
broadcasting live from Philadelphia at Boss Big Studio.
Bumble fire! What's going on?
Fire!
You already know, man. What's going on, Philly?
You know what?
That's
We met
brotherly love, but don't get it twisted. You know what I mean?
Sound great.
Yeah, you already know.
You gotta be nice when you go down to Philly. You gotta be on your best behavior. But I love the jazz scene, the poetry scene. Like a lot of people don't know, man. Y'all dress up in all black. Y'all get that poetry thing going on, man.
Oh wow! So I didn't know you did that. The poetry, because me and Biggs was talking about your rise and your climb and your takeover coming up out of Stapleton projects.
Right.
Right. So he wants to know.
No, we all want to know about the takeover.
That's great.
Tell us about the takeover.
Well, the takeover, man, I just feel like this. It's been a long time coming. I've been here since the beginnings. If anybody really follows behind me.
How long is that?
Yeah, Pop the Brown Hornet. When you go back and you deal with the hip hop when it was getting its movement back in the 80s or whatever the case may be,
right?
We all are babies from underneath the Force MDs. So shout out to Force MDs, because when they was on the ferry boat and when they was taking their show on the road, as far as the big parks, they did all. They was from the harbor, but they was in West Brighton, New Brighton, Stapleton. Where I'm from, Park Hill. DJ Dr. Rock come out with the big speakers, and he toured the whole Staten Island with the Force MDs, as well as them going up, uptown and making a name for themselves for Staten Island. So I think, us as young up and coming rappers, we were definitely, they were definitely a hard act to follow. I think still they're probably the best talented group that come off of Staten Island as far as a pure voice. They didn't even need music. They didn't entertain you like that. So with that being said, us little guys, R&S, he was really the first one that kind of had that I knew of that put together music inside of his house. So in the 80s, he had an open door policy. A lot of rappers would be able to run from the streets and go into his house and create music. And that's where I was able to hone my craft before a lot of the other MCs came through his house, like the UMCs, be it Hosh, G and Kim, Shaheem, the Rugged Child, King Just, the GP Woo that I'm down with as well. So there were a lot of brothers that was inside of R&S's house before brothers got on wax. So after the Force MDs, there was a couple of other groups that may have came through. Then the UMCs came in with One to Grow On and Blue Cheese. That's when
they had the turntables. And, they were the pioneers of hip hop. So when the UMCs came through, they had the dances and all of that, but that was produced by R&S. R&S coming from Stapleton. R&S produced my music. R&S produced King Justice. Hey yo, can I get some? Boom,
okay.
Sound of the warrior's drum. R&S produced that. R&S is from out of Stapleton. R&S produced Shaheem. This goes on and on, Shy. Everybody doing their own thing from hooker and
what about MCA?
So when we got on MCA, that was GP Woo, right? Also, my solo album, Underground Emperor, that was on MCA as well. So Hank Shockley and Daddy Yo were A&Rs when we was on MCA. We were ecstatic when we first got on, and MCA was a big conglomerate. Our label mates at the time was Mary J and KC and JoJo. So it was more R&B orientated. So I felt like we had a big shot to be a big problem on MCA. And like I said, when we first got on, I was ecstatic. We got on, and then we hit the turbulence and the bump in the road, because right before our album dropped, Hank Shockley showed us the album cover and it said GP Woo. And we never wanted to be GP Woo. We always wanted to be GP for Green. But due to the fact that we was coming from out of Stapleton, Staten Island, where Wu-Tang, the seed, was planted. You know what I mean? So a lot of people always ask me, am I a Wu-Tang affiliate? I'm not affiliated to the Wu-Tang clan. I'm part of the Wu-Tang movement that actually predates the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? So when I say it like that, you got to understand I'm part of the. And when we told the story to Hank Shockley and Daddy O, they were like, "Oh, so you guys were down with the Wu movement before the Klan came through. So I think the world should know that, and y'all should come out as GP Wu, and that's the difference between shipping 100,000 and 200,000." And I'm telling them,
we was talking the other day about Will Smith, how he wasn't Jazzy Jeff's first artist. And he had an artist already. He had a rapper already. Now, what if that rapper
blew up
instead of Will Smith? We wouldn't have Will Smith. Right. And a lot of people don't know that Jazzy Jeff's background because it hasn't been brought out there. See, that means people aren't educated. So you're educating us about Brooklyn, about New York, Long Island, right?
Staten Island.
You're educating us about Staten Island and the history of it and where hip hop was created in Staten Island. A lot of us don't know that. Wu-Tang and the difference.
I'm not going to say where hip hop was created. I'm going to say the Wu-Tang movement started in Stapleton Projects, where I'm from. You know what I mean? Right. So when you take Stapleton Projects, the zip code to Stapleton Projects is 10304. So our neighboring projects is Park Hill. We share the same zip code as Park Hill. Stapleton and Park Hill is a 5-minute walk to Park Hill. So that's the 10304. So that's where a lot of the Wu-Tang Clan members are from. They're from Park Hill. You know what I mean? So even though the Wu-Tang movement had its start in Stapleton, the Park Hill part of Wu-Tang, the latter part, because they jumped on the Wu-Tang movement a little later, they're more responsible for its global, we are celebrated globally Wu-Tang because the Method Mans, the Inspector Decks, the Raekwons, the U-Guards, majority of them are from Park Hill. Like your Ghostface is the only one from Stapleton where it really started because after contractually things, I didn't fit in. I wasn't going to get on in the contract where you already got 10 people eating and already got dividing the publishing. I found it better for me to sit that one out and just, be who I am. I'd rather, like Frank Sinatra said, right? I'd rather do it my way. So
I know that's right.
Yeah, well,
I didn't want that. And so, people, in hindsight, do you regret anything? When you have the present 2020, we in 2020, and not at all. You miss out on a lot of things, maybe financially, but spiritually, I'm intact. My soul's intact. I don't have any luggage. I'm not looking over my shoulder, and I think I have a clean slate to build on my Staten Island history. So when you say the takeover, yeah, I was there before, and now with the new way of doing music, that we done killed the A&R. I could just go in the studio, make my music, and serve it to my fans just the way it is. Now I'm on some bombo fire. So the I drop bombs and I leave the fire. Once I drop my bomb lyrically, you know what I mean? Boom.
Well, before we let the people hear, we got a couple tracks. Boss gonna get them up. When I asked you about being shot.
Oh, I was never shot.
What's this? I thought I read something about at a boxing club.
Well, maybe no. I was never. You said shot, like shot.
Or maybe I read it wrong. They might have said you had your shot at a boxing club. Box?
Nah. Well, maybe listen. My video, Mike Champ. That's I did that video in the boxing ring, so that's the only thing. But I did that in the boxing ring. I shot that video in the boxing ring, but I never. That's what they meant to, isn't it? I never been shot, and I never boxed.
Yeah. So we're gonna play the song. What I sent you them today. Today. Look at from Not Reality. Go to host. I know I set the charge. If not, I'll play him.
What's your email?
Host at.
You see those that's following, man. You can follow me on Instagram, Pop the Brown Hornet _10304. Follow me on TikTok, Pop the Brown Hornet. You ready over there? You got the track?
Nah, we getting there.
There it is. It's coming. He found it. I have 2 emails that he used, you know. So
no problem.
What email it was, but it's only
so yeah, from
here we go. Let's get into it.
We ready? What's the name of this? Oh, this one's Stapleton Fly right here. This is Stapleton Fly.
See, he snuck that one in before I can ask you about this flyness and whatever, you know, because the word is that he was fly from day one.
Yeah, from day one.
Right?
Yeah, from day one. You already know. My thing is like this. Yeah, I've been fly since day one. You know how he was doing it back in the days or whatever the case may be. You know how it was. It was different. The gold chains and this, that, and the third. And then hip hop took a little turn where all you had to do was like kind of throw on a white t-shirt. I think when Cash Money came out, it's just a white t-shirt and this, that, and the third. So, you know, and at the same time, when you mention Staten Island, it doesn't. When you mention Staten Island, he doesn't really have a big identity. You know, somebody might, you might get confused what a Staten Island dude look like. So from Stapleton, I just wanted to say, you know, we fly out here, whatever the case may be. Our era, you know how we do it. We keep it fly, whether it be the peak coat, whether it be the dress coat, whether it's the blazer, you know, the brim hat. Listen, we switch up. You know, this generation, like I said, they got tight jeans and they walking around with these tight jeans and big moon sneakers. That's cool. But you gotta.
We had the baggies in the 90s.
I mean, You know, I'm not mad at the fitted look because back in the 70s, but I don't like skinny. You know, back in the 70s, they had the fitted jeans with the bell bottoms, you know, the pimps and all of that. So it's not like it's foreign. That we got baggy. Now we got to get in. Now we got to find a middle range because it can't be too skinny.
I don't like when the pants falling off your ass. Like,
oh well, see, come on, that's a whole. Come on, big man. Who the your ass can't even. You can't, you can't even go to your barbecue with your pants sagging. At the gate, you like this, little guy, man. Yo, here's a belt or here's a rope or something. You know what I
mean? Yeah. That's a whole new another conversation. People need to be educated about where that comes from, and even when they do find out where that comes from, wearing your pants sagging, they still want to wear them. Like, why?
Yeah, they still. I mean, you would think they would switch up due to the fact of. Comes from incarceration, and you was telling dudes that you can go both ways. I mean, hide your ass or whatever the case may be. But it's unfortunate.
Why won't they get that? Why won't they get that?
That's not
it's been told. We heard it over and over and over again, but they're not getting it.
Yeah, I gather it has to be
incorporated. They want to incorporate it with hip hop. That's not a part of hip hop.
But they think
they incorporate everything with hip hop because they jealous of it. So if it's too violent in the world, it's hip hop. Now they want to, they know that hip hop music is very influential to all aspects, all nationality.
Everybody.
So it's like through hip hop we could push the sagging pants. Through hip hop we could push the tutu and the handbags. Through hip hop we could push everything because hip hop is really the number. It's $1 billion. It's the number one music in the world. So
it's the best retail sales.
You got to go through the number one music. Our country music ain't the number one, so it's not going to be influential like that.
So what is your final goal with your music? I mean, what contribution? I know that your lyrics are, can put you in the right mindset. I mean, is that as far as is you want to go with it?
In a nutshell,
yes. Enough.
Yeah, in a nutshell, is lyrical. I want to be known to be lyrical and have content. I'm always touch on different topics. Even though I'm more of a spiritual, do-right individual, I know how the world is, so I can tell a story where it could be gutter, but I'll let you know there's consequences to it. So yes, I want to be lyrical. I want to be known as conscious. I want to be let people be aware of things. So I'm more in tune to the current events and what's going on, and I like to rhyme about those things. But I have different aliases. But the main forte is to be conscious to my people. Let's see the upliftment of the brown man. And let's take our rightful place. Let's take our rightful place in this world. That
sounds good. That sounds good because just like you said, all the music is influential. So I mean. And you told me the other day that the violence sells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
violence sells, sex sells.
It's going
all
day.
All day. But you only hear it in our music. You don't hear it. Well, you hear it. But back in the day when they talked about sex, they didn't say fuck.
Yeah, they didn't say the things and put
they would put different words that would mean what it meant. If you understood that.
Yeah.
But today it's like you can say whatever the fuck you want to say and record it and your children are listening to it.
Well, you know what happens not to cut your bill, but just to add on, it's like once something has reached its ceiling and once it's had enough, like you pour water into a cup, it's gonna overflow. Eventually, maybe it can't come from us because we're the older spokesman. So when we talk, it's like we're preaching to them. Well, there's going to be a younger soul that's going to grow up with an old soul, and it's going to be a changing of the guard. It has to be, you know what I mean? And when it's a changing of the guard, because anything that we create, it gets muffled by the higher power, by a main source. So that's why on our mainstream radio, you hear the violence and the sex, but there has to be a movement to whereas they got rid of the black thoughts. We have to create a venue and a pipeline like a Harriet Tubman radio station where all we play is that. And all we play is this underground, thorough music that's uplifting. And all we're going to do is continue to complain, then we're not going to make any progress. So we have to infuse ourselves righteously, just like how they infuse themselves demonically. Just like they're toxic, we have to purify ourselves. We have to be on Ramadan from all the bullshit that they push through their media, because we're the biggest. The black man is the biggest consumer whore. We buy everything. Whatever they drop, we buy. You feel me? But we not spending our money within our own community. Our dollar, we get paid, our dollar leaves their hand and it goes into somebody else's. In the Jewish community, Chinese community, Spanish community, that's different. So if we not changing that mind state, we not gonna win. Period. Point blank, bottom line. Just like you got a show, you got to create a radio show that swings off of what you're doing. That all you playing is that funk, that good music, not none of that rhetoric bullshit that they playing. You can make the difference.
I do have a radio show. I do have a radio show.
And your radio show,
and I DJ on another radio show that's not mine.
So hopefully all you're doing is playing that official music, so your listeners can say, you know what, when I tune in,
switch it up.
Yeah, we gotta first find. We gotta bring the messages back, because they're taking the messages out of the music.
Even if you have a segment, even if there has a segment on your show where it's saying, it doesn't have to say message segment, but as long as if you go on for 2 hours, I think you should dedicate a half an hour to some righteousness and then play what's trendy. Always, give a message out there, because it's definitely needed. You can't be one-sided. If you eat fast food for 30 days and 60 days without eating a cooked meal, that sodium is gonna kill you. And that's what it is. When you got nothing but the same type of music, drill music, kill music, and you're not giving no food for thought and no substance, what you think I'll do?
You can't think. All you thinking about is a killing. Like, basically, they're training you. They're training you to keep doing what you're doing.
Well, don't say they're training you. Don't say they're training you. Don't say they, because listen.
Well, we're allowed to.
You're the sound man. You're the sound man. You control what comes through your speaker. You are the sound man. So don't say they. It's you.
If we listen to their music, you mean.
I'm saying you play the music. So whoever's going to listen to it, hypothetically, we all got fans that we listen to. You might be a big Cardi B fan. You might be a big Nicki Minaj fan. So yeah, you play that on your show all day. But also know that you have a conscious mind out there, so it's okay to play back Black Thought. That should be religiously. He's from Philadelphia, so there's always his theme music. His music should be the theme music to your show, just to let it be known, like, yo, we need more of this. I hear you, my brother. You're not doing this for nothing. There's a group of people out there. There's college students out there that they don't. Yeah, I mean, they might let loose and listen to the little shake your ass twerk music. But when they doing their homework, they might throw on the Black Thought. They might throw on Pop the Brown Hornet. They might be throwing some substance to where they could gravitate towards it and build up off it. You can't build up off this rhetoric that they doing, talking their ass 24 hours a day.
Right.
And it also, those are the people that spend money.
So do you produce? Right? You produce your own music?
No, I don't produce my own music. I got producers. Shout out to Hornet, shout out to Phantom of the Beat. That's the homegrown producers, but then there's producers from all over, that send me beats and things of that nature.
So do you branch out in New York, or you just basically stay where you're at?
Basically, I stay where I'm at, because you understand one thing. Everybody that's somebody stayed where they was at first and got themselves on. When you think about the golden era of hip hop, the Rakims, the LLs, none of those dudes rhymed with anybody else. that became more prevalent in the 90s when these record labels wanted to snatch his movement, his energy, his this, that, and the third. And that's how a lot of these MCs get on, because they hide behind the numbers. Some do, and see, Brown Hornet, I could work my ass off to get to a certain plateau. And then all of a sudden, certain MCs want to rhyme with me because I've worked my way up to that level. I want to be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor for myself first before I really venture out there and start doing collaborations with everybody. I gotta take care of home before you venture out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, even though I'm still getting the message and the word out, or whatever the case may be, the resurgence of who I am, before I spread myself thin, I gotta keep the nucleus intact.
I think I met you in Jersey. Didn't I meet you in Jersey?
There's a possibility. There's a possibility.
Who Mag events.
The Who, you could have met me with Rob Swartz to one of the Who Mag events. Definitely.
I met you.
Well, speaking of, shout out to Rob Swartz, Who Mag Distribution. That's who I'm affiliated and associated with, Bomber Fire Enterprises. So I got my own digital distribution through Rob Swartz as well, Bomber Fire Enterprises. So, shout out to Rob and the gang, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I've been getting Philly spins out there with his DJ and such of that nature. So yeah, definitely a blessing. Shout out Philly. Shout out to my aunt Roxanne and my cousin DJ Will, aka Scooty. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my family out there.
That's what's up.
I know a lot of
Lisa, Juanita. Let me not forget Lisa and Juanita, before they jump on my back like, yo, you didn't say my name. But shout out to all my family out there. You already know.
I just became an official member of Who Mag myself.
Oh yeah, you official Who Mag member?
Yeah, well, I've been knowing Robbie for about 15, almost 20 years. And last year, I brought an artist over.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So yeah, it's a small world. We entwine, you know what I mean? So that's a blessing. I'm glad we networking together somehow, some way. I'm gonna be down there in Philly hopefully soon, doing some shows and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So
I'll be around.
Yeah,
Let
us know.
Around. Definitely want to, do some network, maybe, anything. Just come out, so we can come out to support y'all, whatever you're doing.
Right. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Support.
Yep.
So introduce this
Mike
Champ for us so we can get into that.
Yo, this is Pop the Brown Hornet from out of Stapleton, Staten Island, the 10304. Bumble Fire! And you're about to tune in to Mike Champ, lyrical assassin, coming to you. Bang, 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 bang. Bing, 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 bing.
All right, here we go.
I was raised to be a go-getter, real rock spitter. The big dogs from the front, out of the litter. Took it from the block to the city to the cold. They tried to duplicate me, but they can't break the mold. Everybody talks to come up, but this talk is cheap. There's no turning back, now I'm in too deep. Took a quantum leap, head first into the universe. The ball is back, no need to start search. Grab the beat by the throat, big slap the mic. I've been putting work together since rapping for life. They can't tell me nothing about the fullback. Where you was in the 412 with that big Cinderella. Too many courses how you approach the guard. Cause all start with you and approach your whole squad. Kill more rappers than the flu vaccine. Maybe that might have running like a king train. Brown bomber, blast through your armor. Might shit, knock out your whole camp. Competition is non-existent. I'm Ali, it's unlisted. Who on the rumble in the jungle? Hit after hit, watching Empire crumble. Bombers back, baby, double the luck, baby. Bombers back, baby, double the luck. Gotta stay out of New York, home of the forgotten. But I'm from Stapleton, I stay low trying. That's for right. Ain't no pop to clown. Status most hate, you stay back in the town. They hate to see me win, love to see me fail. Buried in the box, I'm doing life in jail. But bitch, that's all attracted to cash flow. Like Paul, like Fidel Castro. They tried to bury me alive. Still I rise to their surprise. I see you just believe in the eyes. You gotta stay when you got me in the top winning. You using that picture cause it's only the beginning. A certified cheat. Hate this dudes I've been kicking ass since I was a baby shoes. Slam you on your shitty camera. I'm one tough camera. Free bro. Said I had as a Competition is non-existent. I'm Ali, it's unlisted. Who on the rumble in the jungle? Hit after hit, watch an empire crumble. Always back, baby, double the love it. Always back, baby, double the love it. George Foreman, Nelson Mandela. On the ground, I'ma show it be a bestseller. Shackle down 20 years and better. Age like fine wine, that's been swollen in the cellar. Newcomers get bit like cucumbers and tossed like a salad. Get back fast and down. Still put behind the head, scoring out bucket water. Brace yourself, this is a formal manslaughter. One dropping on your whole brigade and exploded in hype mode like it's hit. I was all over 200 chicks on my friend and on cocaine. We open up the very for righteous. Tracks banging like a LeBron dog. Loaded, cocky, straight streets like a giant ball. Keep it real with that smash. I play over chat. I watch your back boys like you can't near. Brown bomber, blast through your armor. Might shit, knock out your whole camp. Competition is non-existent. I'm Ali, it's unlisted. Who on the rumble in the jungle? Hit after hit, watch an empire crumble. Always back, baby, double the love it. Always back, baby, double the love it. Brown ball, blast through your armor. Might shit, knock out your whole camp. Competition is non-existent. I'm Ali.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Very nice.
Very
Production,
nice.
everything. Yeah.
It's clean.
Lyrical content, nothing but lyrics. Lyrically, like I said, we just bombing them with lyrics. I don't have to kill nobody. I ain't got to sell no drugs. I ain't got to do this, that, and the third. I'm just killing lyrically how hip hop used to be in the boom bap era. That's how it used to be. That's what influenced me. So Mike Champ is just one of those. Like I could grab the mic and I could just lyrically attack.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah,
I hope y'all heard
that part. That part. You don't have to
Podcast
promote
land.
drugs and violence. Like music is to be having. When I hear music, I want to have a good feeling.
The whole story.
Yeah,
told how he
I want to
was
hear a
gonna
story. I
knock
want to
you
hear.
out with his crab.
Right. You heard everything crystal clear. That part, the production. See, you can have a lot of lyrics and bars, but then you don't hear them because the production or the engineer didn't mix your music right. Like this shit is right, man. I'm digging. I was loving that. I heard everything. I heard the mixes. I heard all that. The vocals were
Right.
Where they
Shout out
yeah.
to Phantom of the Beat, produced both the tracks, Stapleton Fly and Mike Champ. So Phantom of the Beat, aka Haas G from the UMCs, another brother from out of Stapleton, Staten Island. So we just keeping that like that, just keeping the unit and the music tight, so the production can complement. When you got a producer that knows your ins and outs and he can complement it and this, then the third, you'll come out with some good, some quality
Yeah,
work.
it definitely was dope.
And you definitely doing
Appreciate
your
that.
thing. We're glad that you came
Yeah,
by
we appreciate you
to
coming.
share a little bit of that.
I appreciate
with us.
you guys having me. Thank you. I
We're not
appreciate
gonna
that.
keep you. We know. You got anything last to say?
And what else do you have out? What can we talk about music?
Yeah, like I said, the music, Former Mandela, that's a total album, Former Mandela. Former Mandela streaming everywhere right now. I got a joint with the Force MDs that's streaming called Daydreaming. You can follow me on my Instagram. That's like
You was breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I said you can follow me on Instagram, Pop the Brown Hornet _10304. Hit me up. At this present time, I got a clothesline. It's called Stat and Fly. You know what I mean? So I'm coming out with the website and all of that. But if you're interested, follow me on my Instagram, Pop the Brown Hornet _10304. And Stat and Fly is my, some merchandise that I'm coming out with, just trying to unify the whole Staten Island together, because everybody's kind of separate doing their own thing. So yeah, you can follow me on TikTok, Pop the Brown Hornet. Follow me on Facebook, Pop the Brown Hornet. Follow me on Instagram, Pop the Brown Hornet _10304. And cop some merch, Stat and Fly from your brother, Stapleton Fly, Pop the Brown Hornet.
Right.
On fire!
We also share your information across our social media as well. So if you didn't pick that up, make sure that you check out on the comfortlevel.com or Comfort Level Podcast on Facebook, and all the information is there. All right, you guys. New track breaking tonight. Financial Play. Featuring Papers. That's how it goes sometimes.
Enjoy comes down to morning, how much you have to cry. It's crazy how they got you back into the sun to ride. It's gotta treat folks accordingly. Live life agreeably. Turn up the bottle, hit it with the Jordan piece. Hit it switch like cheese. Feel the sting of the blue willy. See the smiles on my face. We like to look up better. Stay the bad intentions and it's wild, wild. West, once it does got his tongue. And I'm saying that attention. Frauds all on the run. Hear the tragic music playing. The flames on the beat that I traded. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is what it is. It is sometimes it is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is what it is. It is sometimes it is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes it is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. Back with a banger with fire, the nation flame. We high, go through the pain and plug, then let it drain. We never do no complain and drop, just like a payment. Every time we arrange it, never leaving it brainless. This is how we explain it, simple down to the cause. Ain't nothing to be the ball. I'm keeping up with the mans, no freezing up with the plans. Back by popular demand, hit a knocking at the band, blacksmithing on the hand. James Harden, turn 6 and ball hogging on the fence, but that's my whole team, whole drink, whole mile, whole squad. Even if it's solely just me, I still look the past. Gloves don't fit, shiny calculator plans. We the option on the dash, by the product being passed, distributed to the mass, encrypted the hide the wealth, so the flesh can never belch, live inside good health. We here to change your health, by the rivers fill my wealth. Woo! It is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is what it is. It is sometimes it is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is what it is. It is sometimes it is what it is. Don't fix what ain't broken. It is what it is. Sometimes it is what it